welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another Middle-earth Athon prompt recommendations list. Today I will be focusing on the Necromancy prompt, reading a book with the undead. So this prompt is pretty straightforward. If it has a ghost, ghoul, vampire, zombie, or just casually undead character. Did I say vampire? I'm pretty sure I said vampire. Then it counts. You read a book with any of those things, and that is a book with the undead. The first book that I want to recommend to you is a book that has the undead in the title. As you can see, I have tabbed. This was a book club pick that I picked up for the Hullabaloo Book Club. This is Mina and the Undead by Amy McCaw, who is adorable, and probably the only author that I will tag in this because I know for a fact they have a YouTube channel and they're just adorable. Anyway, Mina and the Undead follows Mina and her sister as they start to solve crimes when a bunch of bodies start dropping, and it's linked very much to the New Orleans vampire mythology. It's a YA, it's a really nice, fun urban fantasy, and if you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you enjoy like the Mediator series, things like that, I would definitely recommend picking this one up for your undead prompt. Staying on the vampire track, I would also like to recommend The Vampirates to you by Justin Somper. This is a adventure narrative which has both pirates and vampires and vampirates in it. Kind of a 12th Night retelling as well, where you have two siblings that wash up on two different ships and then have to try and find each other. Not nearly as much kissing as I remembered. I remember this is like a YA with kissing, and it's very much not. It's a middle grade without kissing. This is Demons of the Ocean. This is volume 1, and basically, like I said, two twins try and escape the life that they're going to be thrown into now that their father has passed away, and they end up on different ships. One of them ends up on a standard pirate ship, and one of them ends up on the vampire ship, and it's very dark and spooky, and it's a good time, but it's like a middle grade level of spook. Actually, that's not entirely true. It's lighter middle grade end of spook, because I've read some genuinely fucking scary middle grades. This is creepy as opposed to spooky, but it's still a good time. Another vampire short story collection, because like I said, like I have said before, I'm trying to give you short reads so that we can read as many books as possible and beat the other teams, because that's how competitive I am. Vampires Never Die is a collection of short stories by a whole bunch of different authors, all related to vampires and kind of giving life back to vampires, and it recently came out as a new cover, although it had come out I think a year before in the US, and actually it's the V.E. Schwab story in this short story that was then turned into the Netflix series My First Kill. So if you want to know where that came from, vampires, vampire stories, the undead. One that has definitely more My First Kill vibes than that does, like that entire collection, is The Coldest Touch, which is again about a sapphic vampire relationship. I don't think I need to sell it any more than that to you, so just know that that also includes the undead, and you should probably check it out. I do have a whole bunch. Let's do the rest of the vampires first. Let's do them in theme. So vampiric mythology doesn't have to be your standard blood-sucking fangs out type vampires. You can, you know, mix it up, and I would recommend you do so. First, we have In the Ravenous Dark. This has blood magic and necromancy in it, a polyamorous relationship, Greek mythology, and just the funniest main character you're ever going to read in your life. It's just such a good time. This is one of my favourite reads of last year. It's fantastic. And then this one has a variety of different types of vampire. I genuinely had to pause filming there because a whole bunch of crows outside started screaming, and I thought maybe one of them had died and the cat had got them, but I can't see what's happened. They're just making a lot of noise, and that really freaked me out. Yes, mine mythology, a variety of different vampires, this cuto doggo, and I mean, I'm halfway through, so I can't really tell you what else is going on, because if I try to, I will end up spoiling it. But just know, it's Sylvia Moreno Garcia, one of my favourite authors of all time. If you read this, you get bonus points from me. So, moving on to ghosts, we have the Mediator series, which, remember when I mentioned that earlier? This is by Meg Cabot or Meg Cabot, depending on which side of the hemisphere you're on. And this is basically about a young girl who moves to California with her mum and her mum's new husband, and she's always been able to see ghosts, but now she's working with a priest to helpfully exorcise those ghosts, and it is very much like a rewritten Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Has the same vibes, has the same fun, and obviously has the same kind of broody character going on in the background, and we love that. So yes, and again, short, very short. Actually, speaking of short, let's do a couple of graphic novels. I have Anya's Ghost, which is about a young girl who feels isolated and alone and befriends a ghost, but the ghost has secrets of their own. Would definitely recommend. It is a good time. But I also have Through the Woods, which has, again, a variety of undead creepy things in it. This is a collection of 5 short stories in graphic novel form, which Emily Carroll both wrote and then did the artwork for, and it is genuinely creepy. It is genuinely very, very creepy. But of course I love creepy, so of course that's a good time for me and would recommend. If you need a short read, I don't know why, like, it keeps flopping. It's got serious flop factor. Love that for us. But anyway, yes, would recommend that one as well if you're looking for a short graphic novel read. And then the final ghost one I have, couldn't not put this in. Of course it has undead stuff in it. Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. This is a gorgeous YA urban fantasy about a young bruja. I'm gonna do it wrong, but I'm gonna try. A young bruja, fuck me, who is trying to explore their magic, having just gone, or in the process of transitioning, and trying to prove that their magic is very much one type and not another, and dealing with not only transphobia, but the fact that a young boy has died, and solving the murder, and also helping with what's going on there. So urban fantasy mystery stuff, LGBT stuff, it's super cute, and BIPOC author. We love that. So at this point, this is when I start talking to you about what book I will be reading for this prompt. And I realised, I was like, I don't have any books that I could recommend with zombies in it. Like, I don't have any. And that's because I haven't read it yet. I have Dread Nation, which was gifted to me for my birthday last year, and this has young women fighting zombies. So hopefully, if I have a Necromancy Undead prompt again in the future, I will have a zombie book I can recommend. But if you could leave in the comments down below any books you would recommend with zombies to help people out if they're not interested in vampires, ghosts or ghouls. Let me know also which book you plan on reading for the Undead Necromancy prompt. And other than that, have a nice day.